Welcome back, guys, to Trails of Cold Steel 4, where last episode with our intel sweep of Crossbell complete, Yuna met with her family to her mother's relief as we found Louise awaiting us, learning of the other students in the area from her before she received mail from the hacker plaguing Crossbell's government. Telling us that into Sector X, we found our entry point within Barca Casino, as Class 7 fought through and met up with Jona and Sully, as an Archaism patrolman sniffed the hacker out passed on by. Now needing to extract the duo, we escape Sector X.
I guess I will pass on a little bit of heal first. No reason or not. When we walk, we just get the EP back, so that's down. Here we go, Yuna, your favorite.
Crap like this is why I don't leave my room. The real world sucks.
Quit whining, Jona. Hurry up.
Wasn't Yuna this time. Yuna, you've got a kindred spirit. Is there any enemies to smash around here? Not looking at this rate, I better take that first.
Oh, it's a treasure chest.
Blue Ascension R. I mean, ideally, I'd like to find an enemy, blow it up, then get the stuff on the way back.
All that dancing must keep you pretty fit.
Oh, well, I'm nothing compared to Risha.
Can I just wait for you guys down here?
How do you get round for the cheer front in the first place? You can't even do this much. And I failed to jump down again because I'm such a goody two-shoes. I'm the best seed ever. You know me. Gotta get my seed rank. Yeah, change one letter. Still have issues, isn't that right? Not Yuna, but rather Yona. Change one letter. Still has the same complaints. You heard him, he never left the geofront. Well, looks like he's had more than one held up busted. He had to move between them. Maybe he's carried there each time. Eustace also complains about there must be a J name thing. Okay. If your name begins with J, you are claustrophobic? I don't think that really works. Right, I may as well break everything. Get Cervix Tomatoes, Healthy Liquor and more. Considering we can't do our boosted attack versus you.
It looks strong. Watch out.
This one might be worth my time.
Oh, we can actually. Triple advantage, I'll take. Right, let's get to work again.
Go wild! Crazy hunt!
I need some feints.
Strike!
I
Sleep.
shall go.
Nope. Yeah, blind. Blind's good because if he hits Kurt now and Kurt's in range, that's actually really handy. So I'll take that. That's pretty cool. You didn't have a single art that would be good for me for this one. That's why Muse comes in.
Leave it to me. Arcus, activate.
I got this. You're mine!
Got the feint on the second
down.
one.
I've got you.
Here I go! Set gunner!
Can only hit 2. Sad.
Take this!
Big guy's gonna actually get hit. And he got all his health healed. Oh, well. I guess his blind didn't mean much.
I'm going.
He's up. It's like Golden Sphere takes ages to cast for a second time. The balance
My
stand's
turn.
gonna help. I'm just gonna do another big smash.
Strike!
There!
There
hit those guys for
My
the
turn.
big damage. Should I go with Reaper's Whirlwind, maybe? Maybe they get nightmared.
Hey, you! Rest in peace! Yeah!
I've got you. Here I go.
So, broken, still only slept. Nothing else over there. Luckily, I can hit 2 from here.
Take this. Let's get him.
There's the thing.
It's mine!
There.
Oh, that kid became a 0-up. Nice.
Yes.
One more down. I guess I should target you.
Ha.
Very well.
Or maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I can still get an unbalance.
There.
Oh, thank.
They're mine. There.
More crits.
Here I go. Set. Striker.
I was getting a bit lucky with some of these feints here, aren't I?
Wide open.
It's mine!
It's my turn.
I'm glad you got your EP back and all. I do need to finish off one of you guys at some point in time, though. So you're going to lose your balance down. Oh, come on!
I got this.
You can't just call more.
Yeah!
Balance down did nothing.
Do it!
I mean, you can, but I wish you didn't.
There.
I mean, longer battle, more experience,
Yes.
I guess.
Arcus, activate.
Let's go!
Strike!
It's down!
They're mine.
I'm not killing anyone at this rate.
All right.
There we go. Alright, so you're on the big props here. It is weak to earth, so I may as well 0 Earths that and see if I can get petrified. That'd be nice.
There.
How about petrify and poison?
Oh, did we win?
38k, it's quite nice. Petrify and poison. Yeah, that works. I'll take that one. Had loads of people level up.
Yeah, I did it.
Yuna,
I must train even more.
correct.
Stats updated.
Altina,
I
Muse.
grew a little.
No new crafts though. Right, off we go then. This is unlocked. Bow, bow, bow. How am I going? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? May as well drop another. Don't need it. A square! Or a circle! Why are you stopping? I don't know, a random just one chamber between one door and another door. With just an open area in between it. No, nothing's happening here. Game doesn't have an exclamation mark anywhere, does it? No, it doesn't. Yeah. Slow down. I need a break. Are you alright? Oh, come on. Don't be such a baby. We're almost at the exit. Upon analysis, Jona would likely prove to have a low density of muscle tone. Hey, at least I have the brains to make up for it. We know. Now stand up, Jona. We're nearly there. Should have known it wouldn't be easy. They're coming. More than one. Whoa, what the? They found us. Sully, you look after Jona. We'll deal with these clowns.
What a passionate foe.
Blue Blanc
Not
would probably
today.
like you saying that. I don't know.
turn!
He poisoned me? Okay, Genesic Clowns. What should I go in with it? Radical design! No, I'm not kidding. I mean, I still think Crazy Hunt's my best bet.
Go wild!
But getting close into
Crazy
them
Hunt!
with Super Dodge would also be pretty good
My
too,
turn.
wouldn't it? I mean, I do have Shining, but Kurt would have to eschew his movement. Which I
Very
mean is
well.
something he can do, to be honest. May as well just use an item. Just make sure you're not poisoned, Kurt. We're all going to have dodging powers. We're going to completely waste Crazy Hunt because we're not actually attacking yet.
Yeah!
I mean, the speed buff doesn't hurt. And then we're going to send Ash in and crew.
Yes!
But the realization is that, of course, I should have done normal scan. So let me find a battle scope
There!
to get our information. A large Archaism used by Ouroboros with modified sensors and engine, vastly outperforming earlier models. Weak to fire. Get old Tina back!
Sure.
Alright, well, they missed. But we knew that was going to happen.
Hey, you!
I'm down to Simps.
Rest in peace!
Didn't realize my CP
It's
was
down.
so low.
I've got you!
Not close enough.
Very well.
Okay, let's start going to work. We need to get you close enough that you can counter.
Strike!
There!
They're mine! Yes!
I'll leave it to you. I'll handle it.
Start casting flames.
Charging!
All right!
This will be my last turn of this.
Go wild! Crazy Hunt!
It's my
I know
turn!
you don't have the dodge, so we can't hit anyone with everything there. I mean, I still want to be up close to someone, so
Take this!
nice
Wide
crit.
open!
It's mine!
Right, let's see if we can get some good counters.
Do it!
Ha!
I hate you guys. Don't heal each other. I mean, I guess it's less damage than the damage we did. Here we go. That's what we were after. No!
I shall go.
I'm sealed.
Arcus, activate.
My turn.
I have used well, I know, I'm not sure I've had used wording still, but I don't want to because rain slashed on 2 targets should do more damage.
Strike!
Yeah!
Just on the merit of there being multiple targets.
Go wild! Crazy Hunt!
That strength and
Here I
speed
go.
buff is gaining. So I can't do anything. Can I actually cure myself? I can.
I got this.
Do I do that or not? I think just constantly doing this on these 2 is still good enough.
You're mine!
No crits though.
Thank you.
Man, well, I didn't get
My
sealed.
turn.
Someone's on a crit.
Arcus,
See if they
activate.
actually do anything with that.
Yeah!
Got my BP back again. They didn't do anything with that. Here we go.
My turn.
9 range.
Strike!
There!
They're
I mean,
mine!
I could just burst and they'd be knocked down in 2 seconds. Well, maintenance beam crit. Does that actually... Oh!
It's my turn!
It did do the thing.
Set gunner!
It's still not enough to hit 3 targets.
Set! Striker!
Which is disappointing.
Take this!
My turn.
One's broke. I mean, that should be him
Charging.
down, really, when you think about
I
it.
got this.
Still have enough for more rumbling smashes.
Go wild! Crazy hunt!
Gotta keep my buffs, right?
I got this. You're mine!
Altina's on a crit.
Yeah!
I'll assist.
Yeah, we're slowly chipping them down, and we haven't taken too much in the way of pain. And that guy's now gonna take a lot more pain.
Ha!
Nowhere near killing it. I'm actually surprised.
Charging.
Don't know why I am. No, don't heal him. To do percentage HP. I want to kill you guys at some time in the future here.
Smash! Let's get him!
Just keep
It's
spending
mine.
CP to get the job done, right?
Very well.
That's one.
There.
Gotta make sure he goes down, right? That's enough. Come on,
I
get
earned
him.
it.
My turn.
Come on, Smash Ash. So you're out of insight now.
Do it!
Oh, nice power up.
Yeah. My turn. Charging.
I say finish
Let's
the
go.
job. We've all got our CP back as well. Job done.
Behold, the Vander style.
That seemed a lot easier than balancing clowns we fought in the past. The power of dodge. You did it! Not half bad. You managed to stand up to par with the SSS. And why did you think so? In any case, we've managed to clear the way. Yeah, now let's get ourselves out of here. Nice. I mean, we took a little bit of damage.
A good break.
But everyone's pretty much ready to continue fighting if they need to. So let's head out our next unlock door. Let's see what's happening next. Oh, it's another round room, but it can't be another thing, right?
Bravo! Terrific work, everyone.
I should have known it was you.
We meet again.
Shin?
Then the Scarred and the man with glasses are...
Sully! What are you doing here?
So you're the infamous Class VII. We meet at last. I am Sao Lee, Chief of Heiyue Trading Limited's Crossbell branch. I believe you've been of much assistance to Master Shin. I thought it only proper to come and offer you my thanks.
No way! Sao Lee of Heiyue.
We read about them in the database. They're the largest crime syndicate in Calvard.
Guess we're dealing with some major players here.
So you're the ones Rishio was working for.
Ah, Sully, isn't it? I've heard nothing but good things about you lately. And yes, we have made use of Yin's services before. But right now, we have a contract with another party. Now, Thor's Military Academy's Class VII and the young underground hacker. Would you mind terribly if I requested you come with us?
If they have archaisms, then that means...
They're in league with the Society.
No, it must be the Governor General's office.
Looks like the kids' babysitters are gonna be a pain in the ass too. Eastern martial artists versus Class VII. This should be an interesting fight.
Combat links on! No one can stop us when we work together! Hold it! These chumps are ours! Whoa! Yeah!
Damn!
Look up there!
Ellie?
Glad to see you're still in one piece.
It's really her.
I heard what happened at the tower, but there she stands.
Hello there, Yuna. Still finding your way into trouble, I see. It's good to see you too, Elisa.
Nice to meet you, Class 7. We'll be taking over from here.
It's been a while, Miss McDowell. And you've brought the Daughter of the Divine Blade with you. How nice to meet a key figure from the Liberal incident.
Thanks for the intro. I'd say it's nice to meet you too, White Orchid Dragon. But your reputation's so slimy. I'm worried it might leave a stain.
It's been some time, Shin. Sao, Lao, you too. Though our cooperation was indirect, I really did value our prior working relationship. So would you mind standing down, for old time's sake?
Were it not for our client's direct orders, we might have obliged. But alas. What's more, this is a most unusual opportunity. A chance to test each other's mettle.
Hey! I forbid you from laying a finger on Ellie.
Master Shin, I'm afraid I must ask you to step back.
Fear not. We won't use our full strength here.
Yeah, everyone says that before they get hit with the big stick. You guys need to get moving now!
Keep Jona and Sully safe!
But Ellie! You can count on me!
That goes for the rest of us, too.
But you've got to make it out of here safely too, alright? Whoa!
Ah!
Are you okay? Damn it!
Oh, come on! Maybe if you actually used your legs every once in a while, this wouldn't happen.
Oh, what the?
Hey!
You can save the bickering for later.
This is gonna be a bumpy ride, kid.
Good call, you two.
Now let's keep going.
Estelle versus the both of them in the physical grandstanding that's about to take place seemed pretty good. Estelle, no lack of confidence. Estelle, when you get hit with a big stick, you no longer play easy mode. So cocky she is, it was great. Whoa, it's so bright. Where are we? Oh no, we went through the no entry Crossbell danger. The Harbour District Lighthouse. I didn't think we'd end up here. You hooligan carrying me around like a sack of potatoes. Unbelievable. Whatever, you should be thanking me, Freckles. Ah, men. All muscle, no brains, zero delicacy. As if Bannings wasn't bad enough. He did princess carry you at the very least. Sorry, it was a bit of an emergency. Are you alright? We can't have you getting so injured you can't perform. No, I'm fine. Oh, right, thank you. There, I said it. The next read in action. I hope Ellie and that other girl are alright. Those guys seem pretty strong. So that was Ellie from the SSS. You've always spoken highly of her, as I recall. And for good reason. She's Speaker McDowell's granddaughter and current acting secretary. I haven't been able to get in touch with her after you all finished your field exercises here. I'm sure she can handle herself, though. The girl accompanying her was Estelle Bright, a bracer. She, alongside Tita and Prince Olivert, helped clear up the mysterious incidents that occurred in Liberl. The Intelligence Division has had their eyes on her for a while, only fitting considering she's one of Liberl's most up-and-coming young bracers. Yeah, she's about as famous as they come. It's the first time I ever got a glimpse of her, though. How did they manage to come to our aid without the government catching wind of it? Yeah, I might have had a trick or two on my sleeve, but we'll get to that later. For now, we should put some distance between us before those guys catch up. I know a place where we can lie low. Somewhere well off everyone's radars by now. Better not be the SSS building, because it's not. Someone's watching.
You can't say the Syndicate doesn't keep its promises.
Sure, at least as far as this case is concerned.
What a pair.
Jade Brooke is back. Now we just need to buy some time. After that, it's just a matter of handing it over to the next guy.
All work and no play, huh? I like that about you. As for Jormungand, we're just about ready to get everything officially underway. There are just a few more details to work out regarding its more unofficial aspects.
Then there's Class VII. What's left of them anyway? Let's see just how much fight those dregs still have in them.
Screw you, Lecter. Dregs? Dregs? Now I want to beat you up. Give me the big stick. Wait, we really did go there? Okay. It's definitely not monitored. This building was once the Special Support Section's headquarters, right? Yeah, wow, it's been so long. I only ever came by here a few times, but still. Oh yeah, didn't some of you guys come here with Instructor Reen during our field exercises too? Uh-huh, it was our HQ for a time. That explains why the place feels so lived in. Welcoming, even. I take it you have a spare key to the place, then. Bingo! Ellie and the others gave us one when we met up with them a while back. We use the place as a safe house for times like this. And times like this means me busting my typing fingers helping out the SSS. Like one of you guys coming here from Erebonia thanks to the net. Those two that bailed us out earlier were only able to because I passed that intel on to them. I see. Word truly does get around fast. And everyone knows what we've been doing since we left the Witch's Village. How? Is it a shipping manifest? Yep, the Empire's Intelligence Division probably saw right through our plans. They do have an entire section dedicated to analysing data to formulate strategies after all. And they've recently established a team that specialises in getting intel from the Orbital Network too. Let them make as many teams as they want. I'll hack so many circles around and their loops will have loops. Alright, the network's up and running. Let's see what we can find. Jona hacked into the network to collect some new data. They then called Louise over from Yuna's house to plan out their next course of action, implicating her as well. There's a lot to unpack here to be sure, but total zilch on the Black Pleurograss, huh? There's certainly plenty of news about Governor General Rufus returning to Crossbell, though. I suppose it's the hot topic in town at the moment. Seems like it. His airship just got back a little while ago. Yeah, from Guerrilla Fortress at that. Ah, well, that sure doesn't bode well. Why don't we take a look at this report here? St. Ursula Hospital? Where have I heard that name before? Oh, you mean St. Ursula Medical College. That's one of Crossbell's most advanced medical facilities. Been studied there too, back in the day. Yeah, the place has been overrun with new patients lately. They've had to discharge people faster than usual, or transfer them over to Armorica. Pretty harsh if you ask me. I went there a while back to check up on things. It was kind of a shock. Turns out a ton of government and military workers have been going there in secret. I thought there's something more to this than meets the eye. I know a nurse who works there. Maybe she could tell us something about it. Though I haven't had a chance to see her lately, she's just as busy as everyone else. Wait, you don't happen to mean Cecile, do you? She lives in my apartment building. I've known her almost all my life. Wow, it's a small world, huh? Lloyd is probably at that convalescent home they set up in Armorica right now. Heiyue got moved there right in the middle of a rehab after all. You might be right. We won't be able to count on his help this time. I hope you recover soon. I'm sure everyone else in Crossbell feels the same way. Yeah. Heiyue, as in Heiyue Platier, lead performer of Archaism. Seal. Yeah, she was badly injured during a raid 2 years ago. I said Heiyue and the Archaisms are a cause for concern as well. Seeing them both at the Geofront did seem like more than just a coincidence. Their activities appear to stretch across the whole of Crossbell now. And we've never seen them use the Society's Archaisms before. Heiyue and Ouroboros working together. Oh well, with the Governor General at least. Bad news for us either way. Lloyd and the SSS can only do so much about them from the shadows. Yeah, not just them. Risha, Elios, even those Liberlians who came over to help have their hands full with them. Indeed. So this map shows where all the Archaisms are turning up, yeah? The whole of Crossbell my ass. Totally biased to one side, isn't it? I mean, there are barely any around Michelin. Same goes for St. Ursula. Well, perhaps that bias is precisely where our clue lies. It's almost as though they're trying to draw the attentions of the SSS and the Bracers away from the south. There's still no telling if they found the singularity, though. Either way, it could be worth investigating the southern side of the region. Ooh, good deduction. Well, we might have found something out of the hospital by now. I already got word back from Freddy. He's been looking around the area himself. He said he's discovered something interesting in our old field exercise camp. Something interesting? I admit I'm a bit hesitant to see something Freddy finds of interest, but it does sound like something we should follow up on. Good, then it's decided. Time to hear what our friends have to say. We'll head to the old field exercise camp first. After that, it's off to St. Ursula Hospital. No problems here. We should help Station Road and get moving from there. Good luck, everyone. We'll find what we can find while you're all gone. We'll see what we can find when you're all gone. I'll make sure to contact you as soon as we do. With Rishia and the SSS rushed off their feet, you guys are the only ones we can count on for this. Guess you gotta take the lead this time. Be careful out there. Right. Take care of yourselves until we get back. Afterwards, Sully returned to the entertainment district. Jona and Louise stayed at SSS HQ to gather intel in the meantime. Right, now here's the big question. After what we did, is everything still the same? Did things move along? We're about to find out, right? Do we have to talk to the whole of Crossbell again? Hey, just leave this stuff to me. I'll dig up some info for you by hitting up the Governor General related pages and underground sites. They've strengthened security lately, but that's not going to help them when it's me they're up against. You're awfully confident for someone who needed rescuing just a while ago. That's different. Don't mix up the me in real life and the me online. I've got this. I'll let you know as soon as I find anything. Stay tuned. Sounds like the government has made a deal with the Heiyue Syndicate. The more I hear about what's going on, the less I like it. Be careful out there, okay? Sure. Keep the intel coming. Louise, we're counting on you. Leave it all to me? Well, me and perhaps Jona. His hacking skills are truly remarkable. I've learned a lot just from helping him. I imagine it's only going to make our work in communications more effective too. Yeah, I told you to quit looking at my programs. Now I'm going to have to add another couple of layers of encryption to my source code. These two are fighting a strange little war of information. But if you think about it, it will only help improve their skills in the long run. I learned so much from just looking over Jona's shoulder. What angle do you think you're at? I can't wait to share some of these new ideas with my dad. Alright, your dad's one of the engineers working on the Orbital network, huh? Well, that explains... Hey, I told you to stop stealing my code! Man. Code thief, how could she? Doesn't seem like anyone's around. This was Lloyd's room. Lloyd Bannings, the SSS leader turned fugitive. I remember catching a glimpse of him on our way back from the field exercises. Looks like this whole corridor's been locked down. All of its belongings have probably been seized as well. I hate this. How can they treat him like some common criminal? Wait a minute, it's not locked. Seriously, how half-assed can you get? Confiscating their equipment was only an act. They probably just hired some commercial company to move everything. It doesn't look like there's anything left here. Should we go in? I would not be opposed to taking a look. Invading Lloyd's room, sniffing his sheets. He's got dumbbells to get stronger, and of course his picture. It's a picture of all the members of the SSS together. Look at them all. You never resist temptation. This room is Chief Sergei's. Even after the SSS was disbanded, he stayed on with the military police, though not without hefty punishment. In a way that might be even harder on him than whatever Lloyd and the others are going through. You know, you were right. I'm sorry, I just spaced out for a minute. We should probably get moving. Alright, this was Wazy's room. He's not in Crossbell anymore, though. Wazy, was he in the special support section as well? Well, in a way, yeah. He started out as some downtown district delinquent. Somewhere along the way, he joined up with them. I get the feeling I've heard this story before. How about that? Sounds like he's lived an interesting life. You can say that again. He had to skip town for a while, last I heard. Knowing him, he'll come back when we least expect it and act like he was never even gone. Right, if Gaius heard it, that tells us everything I need to know. This was Randy's room. Haha, I remember hanging out with him and Ellie in here. Too bad this one's locked. Yeah, no problem. I can already guess what it looks like in my head. Oh yeah, I guess he did have a jukebox in his room back in the branch campus dorm too. That's Randy, always on brand. Some things never change. It's just the interesting thing in the dialogue there was that the intelligence division person didn't really know. But Gaius did. That's so telling, it's unreal. Just give it away, give it away, give it away now. This used to be Ellie's room. Man, talk about nostalgic. Ellie, I mean that chick with the silver hair and rocking knot. I'm gonna rocking knot your block off if you finish that sentence, Ash. I didn't get to spend a lot of time with her, but she seemed nice. Becoming a police officer when you're the granddaughter of a government speaker can't be easy. Yeah, but even then she's managed to rise above all that, one step at a time. Annie's the kind of girl who follows her heart, no matter what. I've always looked up to her for that. And we met her mum. This was Tio's room. It used to be jam-packed with Mishi and Kagamaru and merchandise she'd collected, well, judging by the hair colour. I've heard about some of the research she did for the Epstein Foundation. She sounds like quite the savant. Yeah, she was a big help during our search for the Calvanian agents, not to mention when the girl appeared. Now, with that in mind, Mishi isn't exactly where I'd expect her passions to lie. Yeah, she has a way of surprising people. I hope she's alright. No, she has to be. This was Noel's room. Noelle's, sorry. She transferred here from the CGF along with Randy. Sorry, when I see that, I don't think Noelle. I always think Noel, like Noel Edmonds, or I always think male name. I apologise greatly. You automatically default to the first pronunciation, and for some reason it's male over female. She transferred here from the CGF along with Randy. The Crossbell Guardian Force was made into part of the Imperial Army, wasn't it? Yeah, they're still posted in the same area, except now they take their orders from the army. Just another bunch of pawns for the Empire to toss around her. Odds are they'll be right on the front lines when the war starts. You're probably right. It's not a happy thought. I wonder what Noelle and Sonia are doing now. What used to be in here, Yuna? It's kind of hard to describe. This room belonged to a girl who was the heart of the whole special support section. You don't mean Kia Bannings, the Zero Child? I remember reading the Intelligence Division's dossier on her. Something about her being able to intervene with causality. Yeah, but she can't do that anymore. To us, she was just your average sweet little girl. I used to go shopping with her and Ellie all the time. What just happened? It almost looked like it opened on its own. I thought this place had been closed the last 2 years. Could someone have been here more recently? It is not an intrusion if the door is already open, technically speaking. Indeed, in fact, it almost feels like an invitation. Well, if no one's against it, I don't see why not. Room invasion. There doesn't seem to be anything to me to examine. Just to look around at. We can invade the rooms belonging to the Bannings. Baggins. But no more than that. Will the downstairs room open or not? Do they have dialogue too? I mean, you can go to West Street there. Hinges on those doors bother you? What, they're double hinged? Oh, this one doesn't. That one, the one up top does. This one don't. You can't do it with the other ones. Only that one upstairs, especially. It's just because causality got messed with the door, you know. Definitely that. Right, the SSS rooftop. House cop, etc. And yes! People have changed positions! But have they all changed positions? Because the kids weren't there before. A lot of other guys are there like normal. Do we have new dialogue or what? There's a green marker on the map. It looks like we're spending the entire session in Crossbell. 3 hours later. It is that. Well, if we start talking and they've still got some of the same dialogue, some people might change and others might not have. We'll find out though. All this talk of wars led to a lot more people checking out my wares. Rank amateurs for the most part. Same thing happened during the whole independence mess, but I'm in a respectable business here. I won't just sell to anyone. If they're so desperate for some weapons, they should join the army instead of waiting to be drafted. Well, it's just a joke, but the truth is they ain't fit to hold a weapon without that sort of determination. Maybe they aren't. I need to trade in some of this mirror Sepith mirror. For my extra exchange rate. Once you enter Crossbell, you may never leave. You are forever trapped. I feel that's one of the truths of it. Right, let's check this guy in his uniform. They've all got new dialogue. I'm totally stoked to put my life on the line for the sake of our glorious empire. Time to throw myself into my training. Gotta be all I can be. Working on the eye factory ain't bad, but I gotta get out there where the real men are. But first I gotta eat. In times like these, I really admire the resolve of the Imperial Defense Force. You can tell their patriotism is the real thing. That's how it ought to be. An army needs heart. Most pure and noble troops of all are those who guard the Governor General at Orcus Tower. I think our soldiers could learn a lot from them. Right, before I talk to everyone then, I'm going to head that way. Because that girl in the business association place that sounded like we could help her with something, maybe now's the time. Well, I remember that they're still heroes. For some reason, I still can't remember their names. I think it was Boyd and Nellie and Theo and Andy? No, that doesn't sound right. It's Boyd. Oh, and there were people called Hazy and Moel too. No, that's not it. Meow. Poor cop. So this should take me to East Street. Well, actually, where I'm supposed to head, actually. Ursula Road. Alright, let's see if there's a quest awaiting for me. She's gone! Oh, what? Phew, that's all the meetings for the morning finished. My thanks, Roy. I'm sorry to leave all the scheduling up to you. No, it's fine. I'm glad I could help. Speaking of which, we've got a message from the government. It's probably something about the little donation we made. The chairman of St. Ursula Hospital has requested a consultation as well. I see, I see. Well, we can fit another meeting today, don't you? Oh, I wonder where Mei Ling got to. She looked a little down when I saw her earlier. Huh. Maybe I've been working her too hard lately. We'll have to talk about it when she gets back. Well, I'll explore East Street first then, before heading back. Oh, Roy's really coming to his own. I'll make a fine businessman one day, then we'll check out that green star. And even Mei Ling is going on errands by herself now. The future doesn't look too bright, but when I see how my grandkids have grown, it gives this old heart of mine hope. Maybe I can stick it out a little longer after all. Essentially, because we've not got events to do in town, we should be able to do the suite faster than the first time. Granted. A friend of mine got drafted a while back, but apparently they're giving him some pretty hefty compensation for his service. From the sound of it, he's living the good life now. I'm a little jealous. Living the good life? Got major comp? What do you mean? Seems like I'm losing things more and more lately. I must be getting old. They usually show up in some place I could have sworn I already checked too. Back in the old days, I could have asked one of the bracers to help me out. They're not around anymore though. Guess I'm on my own. People at Crossbell must have felt like they could rely on the bracers for anything. Kind of thing, but the special support section had ties with a famous bracer too. That's right, Helios McLean, the man they call the Divine Blade of Wind. We saw him on the way back from our field exercises, if only recently. He's an 8 leaves, 1 blade practitioner, same as Instructor Reem. There's not a swordsman alive who doesn't at least know his name. Yep, Helios was the strongest bracer at the Crossbell branch by 100 cells. He was an A rank in everything. The same level as the Purple Lightning or Heavy Blade then. Between him and Lloyd, no problem ever seemed too big to overcome. And you're telling me Estelle isn't A yet still? I don't know why, but I keep on losing things. They turn up eventually, but they're always in places I already looked before. I've got plenty of new connections through the Business Owners Association. So far, it hasn't done my business a lot of good, though. Times are tough for everyone. The only choice I have left is to sell my goods myself. When I first started out, I was full of big ideas on how to help boost my village's economy. I should have known better. At this point, I doubt I'll even be able to turn a profit. But I have to at least give it a shot. It's my duty as the village's next chief in line. Oh, good guy. Well, I'm a total rookie at this. There's no way I can make as much money as a pro like Harold. But I have to at least give it a shot. It's my duty as the village's next chief in line. Dad, you have to go to the camp at Armorica now, huh? Hey now, don't look so glum. I'm leaving you in charge of the store. You're the only one I can trust with the place. And if things go south real quick, like, you can always ask the Business Owners Association for help. Right, just you watch. I'll stuff the teal boxes so full you'll need to buy 5 more of them on your way back. Yeah, that's my girl. I knew I could count on you. And it's going to be taking over the shop for me while I'm gone. She's been helping out ever since she was yay high, so trust me, she knows her stuff. I do need to buy new ingredients, but I need money first. Dad's going off to war and I'll have to run this place on my own. I'm pretty nervous. I mean, of course I am, right? But at times like this, the best thing to do is to keep moving forward. Okay, it'll just be my first time flying solo. I can do this. I believe in you. Well, he's been running down his contacts trying to procure us some fish to sell, but between you and me, it's not looking good. Seafood lives and dies by its freshness, and there's only so much freezing it can take. We'll just have to count on the Fisherman's Guild for whatever they can manage at this point. Maybe I'll make them a nice meal as thanks. Fish, of course. Of course. Speaking of fish. So, what did President Lakelord say? Well, according to the investigation sponsored by Lord Lakelord, there has indeed been a drastic shift in the ecosystem. He expressed his desire to perform another survey before the war begins. However, most of the top members of the Imperial Fishing Club are already engaged elsewhere. If possible, he would like us to reach out to the Fisherman's Guild for extra members. I see. In other words, Lakelord has recognized our skills at last. Aha! Well, I say we do it. Let's get this survey thing done right. I've been plenty curious about the change in the wildlife around it myself. This'll be a good opportunity to find out more. Besides, we can't just leave the Imperial Fishing Club high and dry now, can we? Peter, Copan, Salem, are you with us? Of course, I'd be happy to pitch in. Right, our livelihoods depend on fishing. We can't just ignore a crisis like this. No objections here. They may have given us hell in that exhibition match, but this is bigger than any little club rivalry. Nice, I knew I could count on you all. First things first, Salem, let Lakelord know we're ready and willing to assist. Yep, sir. The world is in a fearful state right now, but we can still try to work hard and stay positive. Yeah, we could get drafted any day now, so we've got to make the most of this time while we still can. It doesn't hurt that we'll get to see even more of Erebonia's best fishing spots either. So they just talk like that, do they? I guess I can talk to you singly. Nice work if I do say so myself. This could help close the distance between the Fisherman's Guild and the Imperial Fishing Club a little. Oh, you work on that. Can't even buy fishing bait. I'm that poor. I mean, I could buy things with fish, then sell the fish thing. Crossbell's right on the border between countries, so you get a lot of folks from different cultures living here. Unfortunately, that makes it all the easier for Calvert's spies to slip in unnoticed. We're going to remain vigilant for suspicious activity 24/7. I've been having trouble finding good snacks since I got posted here. I ain't never seen these vanilla dumpling things before. Maybe I'll check them out. Snacks, they're important, yeah. Just send these back home. I bet my daughter would get a real kick out of some genuine Crossbell delicacies. Maybe I'll check this place out. Who has time to worry about snacks at a time like this? Then again, it'd be pretty bad to run out of energy right in the middle of training. I guess I'll let him do his thing. Yeah, good reasoning, actually. Hey, don't tell anyone, but a little while ago I saw someone from the SSS and the Bracer. Whoa, seriously, 2 for 2? No way! Yeah, wait, I mean, I was surprised too, but as soon as I saw them, it all came rushing back. I know what you mean. No one talks about them anymore. I'd almost forgotten all about them. Guess this means they're still out there fighting for justice and all that other good stuff. There's things that we gotta keep quiet about this. I bet it'd cheer a lot of people up. You think maybe we could tell Shan Shan? She can keep a secret, right? Probably, but it's hard to get any time alone with these days. Last time I tried, Zhang Hui nearly drove a cleaver straight through me. Oh boy, I know what you mean. He's a tough old egg. I wonder what the bracers are doing right now. The SSS2. Haven't heard from any of them for a long time. Well, I'm gonna find out in the future. Proverbs flow. I know I told Pack about what happened, but I don't want it to spread any further. I'm just gonna keep my yap shut from here on. Except we heard you. Nothing in the downtime district before the government started redeveloping anyway. It's now being used to house the high-up Imperial Army officers. I hear their family's been moving in with them. They even renamed it to the Uptown District. Unbelievable. Who the hell do they think they are? Well, their so-called redevelopment is being done solely with the coming war in mind. The place is crawling with soldiers. You better not get too close. I agree. Wandering in at this point would be foolhardy. Really? They just called it the... Yeah, Uptown. Wow. Phew, couldn't eat another bite. Maybe I'll take a quick drive down to Amorca. This work ain't glamorous, but it'll help support our brave troops, right? Does it? Does it though? I can't believe him. What was he trying to accomplish by talking down to me like that? If you can have it for free, why not? Who actually thinks like that, honestly? Why not just find someone happy to have it then? I've got my standards, you know. What happened? Like I say, Daddy's looking a little calmer lately. When he falls into a rage, his cooking really suffers and that just won't do. Did you try? Did you fail? How can this be? She wouldn't even accept my gift. It's just a present. It's not like I was rushing in to asking her out. I just don't understand, woman. Is she serious? No, that can't be it. I'm an officer of the great Erebonian army. Any woman would be lucky to have me. Shanshan never seemed to care about my rank or position, though. That was part of what attracted me to her in the first place. Okay, be cool. Think about this. What could I have done wrong? What could I have done wrong? Maybe a necklace was too much for a first step. I had a feeling it would turn out like this. Even if Shanshan had a problem with Midran, she still could have accepted his gift, but them's the breaks. Our time's up. It's game over, man. Game over. Well, Shanshan will not be swayed. This is my daughter we're talking about. I knew she'd be able to sort out the good men from the trash. Ah. She did well to refuse his gift. I'm glad. It means I don't have to dirty my hands today. Oh. She doesn't have to dirty... No cleavers to the chest. I don't have to clean a cleaver. Well, I thought my heart was going to leap around my chest when that soldier tried to give Shanshan that gift. It was a huge relief when she declined it flat out. See, that Zhang Hui has no qualms about protecting Shanshan, no matter how much danger it puts him in. I'm glad nobody got hurt this time around. You're telling me? Yikes. If I rest, I can get my CP back. I've got, that's like nearly... more than a third of my total mirror.
Fatigue removed.
But fatigue removed. I need to find that 21 exchange rate. I need all the money I can get right now. No one else is staying here. So that seems to be East Street apart from Nine Valley explored. Actually, apart from Nine Valley and Acacia Apartments. Time to tie up another loose end, I guess. Shit, which means another business trip. No rest for the wicked, eh? A business trip? Where to? I'm headed to Raquel this time. I have a few big contracts in the pipeline, so I'm hoping I can tackle them all together. Used to be able to keep the shop open when I was away with Jingo's help. I might have to break down and bring on a part-time role or two. Hint, hint. Yeah, good luck with that, lady. Let's take a joke, kiddo. Anyway, I tried hiring some a while back, but they couldn't even keep their shit together dealing with this small-time mafia. And yet Jingo's been managing the store since she was 5. Either they were complete dumbasses or Jingo's got the spark of a saleswoman in her. Seriously though, you want in? I'll make it worth your while. I'll have to respectfully decline. Maybe another time. I have a lot of work piling up in Raquel. I'll be out there on business for a while. Things used to be so much easier with Jingo around, I'll tell you that. You also have to be quick about it. I don't have all day. Straight into the point. straight into the point. I got 29 new material, do I? I will trade free to make my fishing up to 10. I can also use the boathouse for free. No, I mean, I'm not cheap. I had the money. And I didn't have to fast travel, so life is good. My brother Azel is so sweet. He went to get me medicine while I was watching you go. I thought taking that time off would get him in trouble at work, but he said it was fine. He's gotten so much more mature since he got that job. It's a real transformation. Sorry, AZ. I know you must be busy with work. Don't you worry about that. You're way more important to me than work. Is your head feeling alright now? Yeah, it doesn't hurt anymore. That's good. Strange that it came on so suddenly, though. Did you take the sheets off your bed last night? Wow, how'd you know? Yeah, I was so hot, so I took them off before I went to sleep. That figures. Listen, I know it might not be very comfy. You want to keep the sheets on or you'll catch a cold. So from now on, stay under the covers when you sleep, okay? Yeah, okay. Just a cold. My old pal Spencer helped me out of the store and saw me back in my apartment. It's the first time I've got home this early in a long time. Wish I could do something to thank him. We've got to check out Pateria again, haven't we? Oh, I made everyone worry. I'll be a good boy from now on and keep the sheets on my bed. But I don't have my sheets on some of the time. Half on, half off. You know what I mean? That way you've got half of you cold, half of you warm. You balance out to a nice sleeping temperature. I don't catch the cold. I want you to stay calm, alright? I have some news. I've been drafted. In the winter too. That's how I sleep. What? You mean... Yes, I'll be going away to fight in the war. There's no telling if I'll come home again. I'm sorry. No, Father, it's not something you need to be sorry for. I don't want you to go and I'll be worried about you, but we can't do anything about it, right? It's a grown-up thing. I'll send you off with a smile so you'll feel better when you're away. That's right, dear. Don't be so negative. I know you'll come back to us. You two, you really believe in me that much. Thank you. You've really set my mind at ease. That's what family is for. We'll get by just fine while you're gone, I promise. Yeah, I'll become a stockbroker and support us until you get back. Oh, stockbroker, huh? Sounds like a good career move. That husband of mine, he doesn't even like being away from home normally. How's he going to fare in the army? Perhaps Marie could go with him to keep him company. What? The cat? Yeah, sure. We normally take our cat to war, but our cat's off. I squared everything away with the office. I'll have someone else to cover me while I'm gone. I mean, surely most of the places have people down after all. If you have any problems, you can always ask Sophia for help, alright? Yes, of course. Everything's working on limited people. Meow! This cat sounds so lonely. Yeah, I wonder if she lost a friend or something. Oh, really likes their owner. Be careful out there, Father. Come home safe. I'll be a great stockbroker by the time you get back. And so with that, we finish one section out of 5 of Crossbell. Let's go check that green star. It's in Time's department store, supposedly. Where is it? I can't find my brother's brooch. Ah, so that's why you've been retracing your steps. Time for the junior SSS to do their stuff. Hey, is it just me, or have we had more cases like this lately? Yeah, I thought that too. People are losing important things left and right all of a sudden. It's really weird. Huh? Oh, it's nothing. We'll handle it. Only lost time's our speciality. Want to help us look? Yeah. Not a quest for me then. I was out on an errand and I dropped the brooch my brother gave me. I told him I'd be careful with it, but I've got to find that brooch. You can leave this place to us. With a junior SSS, finding lost stuff is no problem for us. We'll keep the town safe until you get back. It's the least we can do. Tally's is leaving to go help the army too. We should go see him off when we're finished here. Yeah, let's do it. Manny's counting on us too. Big sweeps. There are barely any tourists these days. Barely anyone to give balloons to. I keep asking myself, how did this happen? How did we let it happen? No double dialogue for you. I mean, it'd be weird if everyone's written double dialogue when there's so many NPCs in Crossbell in the first place. Oh my, these survival goods are a real bargain. I should buy some just in case. I'll have a look at this orbital radio, but what colour should I go for? Black, blue, yellow? There's so many to choose from. Just gotta buy them all, right? Can't have to be prepared for the worst, as they say. Perhaps it'd be best to pick up one of each. I knew it. I was planning on getting a part-time job so I could buy all the orbital gadgets I wanted after my school life settled down. Now I have to throw all that away to join the army? This is like some kind of bad joke. At least I'll still be earning money, though. So as long as I make it home alive, I might still get to buy that orbital camera I've been dreaming of. At least I'll be making money in the army. Yep. You gonna stock up money, are ya? You know, I've been getting offers from Clifton to buy this place. The figure they quote me was crazy high, but I turned them down. They point out I might not be able to keep up if my employees have to join the army. Can't say they're wrong about that. Most of our major shareholders are in Le Mans and Le Belle. I figured we can trust them to do right by us if it comes to that. Yeah. Let's go really putting out the stops. They're fooling themselves if they think it'll be enough to crush the store, though. We're not going anywhere. Can't buy anything until I go for the better exchange rate places. Look at the time, I should be getting back to my training. Don't want the CEO to chew me out for being late again. Yes, stop staring at all the orbital goodies. The boss really loves this store. He used to run it all on his own and wasn't always on best terms with Wendy either. But now he's got more time to make plans and think about all the new ways he can help our customers. I'm so stoked to be working with such a considerate guy. Oh, we've bought cats at the very least. Even Oscar got pulled in for the draft. I never pictured that coming. But it's hard times for everyone. We all gotta do whatever we can to make things a little better, right? And that we do. Music's too chill. Speaker McDowell's passing all kinds of legislature to put more checks and limits on the state. At this point he won't be able to stop the war, so I guess he's just doing whatever he can. He's only 74 this year, I think. Even with the help he gets from his granddaughter, he must have a ton of willpower to keep working this long. Speaker McDowell's turned 74 this year, I think. He is. Okay. No double dialogue. Kind of think of it, you only ever talk about Rufus these days. Is Arios not your type anymore? Arios. Arios. I mean, it's hard to stay passionate about the guy when I haven't seen him in like forever. Besides, I've been way more into Prince Cedric these days. Oh, nice. He is so dreamy. No. Totally, Prince Cedric is pretty dreamy. He's a petulant little brat. I never see Aros around town anymore. Whoever branded him as a criminal has a lot to answer for. And where's this quest? Upstairs? It's weird, I haven't been able to get hold of any ketchup lately. My meals feel so barren without it. Oh, kind of think of it, that stuff's made in Calvard. Calvard is known for its ketchup. I'm sure it makes sense then. Eating products made by the enemy would just be unpatriotic. Really? Eating products made by the enemy would just be unpatriotic, because I have to find a new favourite condiment. Even getting goods from the Republic wasn't a problem that long ago if you had the right connections. That line of supply is totally dried up now. But it's not all bad, it's getting a lot easier to import stuff from the other 8 metropolis cities. I can't stop thinking about those rare eastern ingredients I used to get from Calvin. These days it's easy to get foods from the other 8 metropolis cities, but I still miss the way things were. Ketchup is a rare ingredient in this world. Mr. Southwark, we've been ordered to detain you for the duration of the war. Really? Internment? Wow. Oh. For the duration of the war, sure. From this moment forth, you'll be treated as a prisoner of war. Do you have any questions? Huh. I thought I was allowed a one-day reprieve. That's right, he still needs time to think. Huh. Is this woman your partner? Don't tell me you were planning to leave together and seek asylum in a neutral country. What's wrong with that? No, that's not it. Let me make myself clear. You have 2 options remaining. Stay and be detained at His Majesty's pleasure with the other pals. Refuse and you'll be shipped back to Calvard by force. I know it's a hard decision to make, but we've given you all the time we can. You only make it worse by stringing it out any longer. What's wrong with leaving to a neutral country? Leave or remain? Which will it be? Alright, I've decided. I'll stay. You can take me to the detainment center. Only, can you give me a moment to say goodbye? Make it quick. Southwark? Janetta.
Well, what can you do?
Whoa, they're being pretty rough with him. Yeah, I don't like it. Be that as it may, we can't afford to interfere here.
The hell is going on here?
I'm sorry, Janetta. I promise I'll return someday. And I'll be right here to welcome you back when you do.
I'm gonna see you, folks. Move along, move along. Still shop from him, interestingly. Wow.
I can't say I'm in favour of the war, but that's reality. I can't do anything to change it. Try not to overthink it. I mean, what are the chances of the fighting actually reaching town?
So it was an event, not a quest. It sounds obvious, but we're getting more and more customers with ties to the military. What with all the requisition of supplies, our sales have gone for the roof. Getting that promotion is going to be a cinch for me.
But what about your guy? Your employee? I'm from Ereferia originally. I went home for a while when Crossbell got its independence. It was good to see my family and tell them I was safe, but it felt like running away. So I came back. This is my home now, and I'm staying put. It's the least I can do for all the friends I have here. I need to pay them back for all they've done for me over the years.
Wow.